Welcome, everybody. This is episode 5 of the NBA Roundtable. I don't remember the last time we had this. Do you remember?
Like a month ago.
Yeah, the usual, right?
Before the Christmas.
Before
Yeah.
What?
Wait, really?
There is no way.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. What Ryan gonna say? Yeah.
Stop lying. You serious?
Yeah, Christmas time. Yeah.
Holy mother. Well, my bad.
2 months.
2 months. Well, my bad. I still don't think that's true because how we have 4 episodes? That's not important. Anyway, we're back for episode 5. There is much to discuss.
Yes.
Trevor sitting across from me, and I don't have to introduce this guy anymore. He's going to be here every single time. And B-Ball Gamer there. There is a video he had out. He will be talking about some of it today because that's one of our topics. But will we start with that now? Yeah, let's do it. Let's talk about the Rockets right now. He has a whole video on that, so go check out his video on his channel, B-Ball Gamer, which will be in the description. So, those Houston Rockets made big moves in the trade deadline. They went completely small. Who's the tallest guy on the team? Like 6?
I
6?
think it's like 6'7".
teeny tiny basketball team. But it may work for him. Very possible. They got rid of Capella, which was, completely stagnant when it comes to offense. And now they can move the ball a lot more smooth. So, how does this help them, besides what I just said?
Well, like I said in my video, like you just said, Capella, he screwed them. And I'm not saying he's a great player, but the thing is, teams, they figured out how to not deal with James Harden, which was trap him, double team him like 80% of the possessions of every single game. So he was just dishing out to the other teammates. And the problem is they cancel out Harden, and Capella is already canceled out because he can't shoot. And then you got Westbrook who can't shoot. So you only really had 2 guys who probably would get the best chance of shooting an open shot. So the team was pretty much just trash on offense. And that's when you saw them losing, and you saw Harden playing like he's a scrub. And the reason is because he's a player that needs to get in a rhythm. I think I said this in the last roundtable, right? He needs to get in a rhythm. So all that double teaming and all that hectic, crazy stuff going on, he can't handle it. He's not a reactor. He needs to get into a rhythm. And like I said in my video, I don't think that's a slander towards him. I think he's such a good player where the other team is like, okay, we're going to just not deal with him. We don't want to deal with his nonsense. Let's deal with everyone else. So they had to take Capella out, man. They had to take him out. They had to spread the floor. And they got a player and Robert Covington, he's pretty much Trevor Ariza. They're like the same player.
I think I said that.
They're pretty much like the same player. They're a 3-and-D, at a high level. They needed that, and now you can't double team Harden. If you double team Harden, a sniping level shooter will be open. You can't do it. Russell Westbrook, he has to get guarded by one person. He's the most dangerous person in this new offensive scheme.
I agree with that.
He cannot be guarded one by any man. It can't happen.
He still got the legs. He blows right past
he
him.
blows right by you, and he's so strong. So I don't know. Might have to run zone on these guys because I was debating with a friend earlier, and they were saying, well, what they're gonna do about OKC, Denver, and Utah? I'm like, okay, so those 3 teams got 3 big men that has no perimeter defense at all, like 0 perimeter defense. So when you got their centers, who PJ Tucker, he got to be like a top 5 corner 3-point shooter in the whole entire league,
no
right?
question about that,
like he's automatic from 3. So you're gonna tell your center to guard him in the wing. So what happens when you got Westbrook at point and he's driving to the paint? Your rim protector can't pick up because then he's gonna be wide open. So how do you go about defending this scheme? Is why I said they got better. And then I know you go on the defensive side. Since they made the trade, they've beaten the Celtics. They've beaten the Lakers. I think that's 2 of the top 5 teams in the whole NBA, right?
Yes, they are.
Right? So when they played the Lakers, JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard got out the game. They could not play.
Nope.
They could not play. And it makes sense because this is what the Warriors did for the past 5 years to people. They ran that death lineup, and you couldn't run big man. You couldn't do it because how you gonna guard the perimeter? You can't do it. And I think this is why they're gonna be really good in this with this trade, and they could make noise in the playoffs. I think at least they make the second round.
People like to bash, what's his face, D'Antoni. I do, and it's fun, and I will never stop. But when it comes to offense, he always finds a way. Like the word innovator comes to mind. He always finds a way and makes something up.
Mm-hmm.
You can never count the bastard out, even though he isn't shit and he will not ever win a finals. But still, he still always finds a way. He will always go down in basketball lore no matter what happens.
He's Andy Reid.
Yeah, he made. Well, can't say that no more.
No more, yeah. Sorry, Andy Reid, you're a Hall of Famer now, my man. Congratulations.
Can't say that no more.
He was, he's the old Andy Reid. You know what I'm saying?
He's Bill O'Brien now.
Yeah.
I won't go that far. I still think D'Antoni's better than that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
The Bill O'Brien is just a fuck up. But anyway.
Yeah. And then, you said they pound the rock. I seen what happened when they had guys that pounded the rock. They swarmed you with about 2 to 3 guys trying to strip you, right? And when your big passes, they rotate quick as hell.
They do rotate. They're all smaller.
They're all smaller. It makes sense. Only a true big can attack that lineup.
Yeah, and there's only one.
What, it's like 3 of them?
The whole league? Like one, and I'm thinking of Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis, maybe like who? Like
Giannis.
Jokic.
But then they'll do it right back to him, though.
Exactly. That's the thing. So, you only really got Anthony Davis.
Yeah, so I'm saying they do. So, the only person I can think of.
So it takes the Los Angeles Lakers to take you down. I'll take that.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. The Clippers, I like to see them play.
I like to see a Montrezl Harrell could pound him in the rock, but again, he has to play in the perimeter.
That's true. But at least Clippers have that defense that can slow down. That's why I was like, that's a matchup.
That's the playoff matchup I want so bad.
And speaking of which, so any changes to any of your... Trevor, you got anything to say about the Rockets before we continue? I'm sorry.
No, he said it. Everything he wanted to say is well said. Like,
okay. My bad.
Nah, I can't answer that, man. He let him have it, man.
So, playoff picks from when we started stuff? September? October? Probably October.
Yeah, October.
So, do y'all remember what y'all said at all? Because I don't.
So, all right.
Let him have the floor this time.
All right, go ahead, Joe.
I did say that I believe that the Celtics, and I might be in a home run, being real there, because they played very well this season. Like, Kemba Walker really is a breath of fresh air. We'll get to that later. But I really think...
Oh, we're supposed to start with that. Whoops.
No, don't worry about it. We got that in a second. But I think... I remember how we said the Raptors were like, probably AC. Earlier in the year, we said it would be AC.
Yeah, we're stupid.
Yeah, we were done about that. The Celtics, I'm really looking forward to that Celtics Raptors second round. I really hope that could have been that's gonna be a really tough second round matchup between the Celtics and the Raptors.
That might be old school.
Or very old school, 7 games at least. But it's like but we were wrong on Philadelphia. I'll tell you that much. We were wrong on Philadelphia.
I was very wrong.
We were wrong by Philadelphia. Indiana, honestly speaking, our friend Tulio, he's a big Pacers fan, and he was talking about Miles Turner. He feels that Miles Turner is a waste now. It's like he's very underwhelming now. So shout out to Tulio for that. Yes, the NBA's been great this year. Really good this year.
Oh hell yeah!
But I think the Celtics are a team that if they can get help rebounding the ball, especially in the perimeter, they're gonna be a serious problem. They're a serious problem already, but
there's a chance they might still come out.
They still may come out. I still think that it's possible they can come out the East anyway. But it's just the Celtics.
All right, all right, Mr. Homer.
Yes.
That talks about the Celtics only. But I want to know, where did you have them to begin with?
I had them as a top 3 team anyway. In the East, I had them top 3 in the East anyway.
So then you're not wrong.
So I wasn't wrong. I actually had them. Was a lot more. I thought that they would be. How you say? I'm not gonna lie. I thought that I wanted to see how the Kemba Walker thing worked, and it's proven to work a lot more. And then you see Jason Tatum completely just balling the fuck out, and it's like they've overachieved for me. I thought they'll be like at a certain point, but they've completely been over my expectations.
That's what I wanted to hear. All right. Anything else in the East, at least for now?
Miami's starting to come back down to earth now a little bit. They're coming out a little bit. They had a really hot start in the beginning, but they're still around there. They can still be a problem for that first round match.
Where did you have them?
I had them at least 6. I had them 6. So I thought
That's where they are right now, right? Something like that. I don't remember.
I think they're top 4.
No, they're 4.
Yeah.
They're 4, but they were 2 at one point.
So do you think they'll go 2-6 at the end of the season?
I think they'll stay where they're at because Philadelphia is getting really.
I think they top 4, but they're like a game or 2 away.
Yeah.
So it's very possible.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
That's it. That's good. Yeah.
East.
Okay, so I didn't think the Celtics would be that good, honestly.
I don't think any of us did.
Yeah, I thought they would be like
second round, and
they'll
that's
be all right.
Yeah.
Maybe
That's it.
now. I thought maybe they could be that team that you're like, they pretty good, and then maybe they will have a first round exit. Or I had them like 4th, 5th, maybe a first round exit. But now I'm like, these dudes could come out, But the East is because between Milwaukee, Boston, Toronto, and Miami, on some real serious stuff, I have no idea who's coming out. Like, I have no idea who's coming out. I know the easy pick is Milwaukee, but I saw what happened last year in the playoffs. So I honestly, if I had to pick, I would say my conference finals would be Milwaukee and Toronto. I think it'll be
rematch.
A rematch. I think it's going to be.
On a side note, you've seen some blasphemous shit I've seen on the internet the other day. They said, I think they put out like a poll. I don't know if it was fans or it was like a executive. I'm pretty sure it's fans of like your top 6 players who you will want in a playoff series.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that.
I think
I seen that. It was for the finals.
It was for the finals.
Yeah.
I think Steph Curry got a really low percentage.
Yeah, he got 2.9, the same as Luka Doncic. Giannis had 20%.
He never made the finals.
Durant was lower than that too.
Who's the champion?
LeBron was the highest with 45.
Yeah.
It should
Who
have
was
been
next to
LeBron.
Kawhi Leonard, right? I think it was the same thing, something like that.
That makes sense.
20-something.
I'm fine with that because Kawhi, look what he did last year. Like you can't erase
Come
it
on,
last year.
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry's
Durant.
2.9.
Come on, bro. Really?
Like really? Like,
Giannis.
Kevin Durant's a 2-time Finals MVP. Giannis hasn't even been close
To the finals.
because he got his ass low key. Got his ass whooped last year.
Not low key, high key.
Yeah.
He got destroyed. That's why I said it's not for sure they make the finals. Toronto locked him down after they went up 2-0. They locked him down. They ran a zone and he couldn't do
That's
anything.
what I'm saying. It's like,
Couldn't
so
do
why
anything.
the hell do you have 20%? You want him in the finals? Can he get there first?
Can he exactly?
And then Luka got 2.9. Luka, I love Luka, but can I see him play a playoff game?
Come
first?
on, bro. We talking about Steph Curry. Seriously?
They say disrespecting my son. Anyway, I just want to talk about that.
No, I feel
you already
you.
know it bothered me.
So I have to pick.
Yeah.
Okay, Milwaukee because the team is ridiculous.
Yeah, they are,
Like,
and Giannis is
and
better. somehow.
right, he's better, right? And Toronto because it's like this team is like it's the most beautiful team I've ever seen, dude. Like in terms of like teamwork, they have such a San Antonio Spurs feel.
Over Boston, over Miami, over
The
Philadelphia.
reason I pick Philly, I'm done, dude. I'm just done. You know what it is? Because the experiment of Al Horford, Josh Richardson, it failed.
It did.
It completely failed. They're shit. They're bad, man.
I heard that.
Like, they're terrible.
Bill Simmons make fun of them all the time.
Yeah, you see, I didn't see this coming. They lose Jimmy Butler, who's a great player, but you get Josh Richardson, who's an elite defender, and come on, big guy, Al Horford? He's one of the most consistent players I've ever seen.
He is ancient. Maybe that's. I haven't watched the games
he
much,
would fall off the cliff.
so I don't know if he fell off or not.
It is
or he
not.
just doesn't fit. It could be he doesn't fit. That's what Bill Simmons thinks.
But my thing is, okay, he's became a stretch big, right? And B pounds the rock. It felt perfect for me, man. I didn't see how it would go wrong. You run a pick and fade with Ben Simmons. But last time I watched one of their games, someone said he has to run center. If he doesn't run power forward, if he runs power forward, I'm sorry, he won't flourish. And I guess that's what it is. They got him coming off the bench now, man.
Yeah.
He's the sixth man.
3 years.
I mean, he can't start at center, so
3 years.
He was starting what, power forward?
Yeah, power forward for
And now
us.
they
maybe they figured it out. Like maybe he can't play the 4, so they put him
so
at the.
I don't. The other teams
$60
are
million sit on the bench.
I know that's
I
crazy.
think the other teams are too good. The thing with Boston is that big man thing. That's the
Yeah,
if
that's
they
the
were
problem.
to have a big man, I would have Milwaukee, Boston. How do they stop Pascal Siakam?
I don't know. Just like how they'll stop Joel. That's how they stop Ben.
That's why if they match up against Philly, that's not a for sure series because of that.
I'm still picking Philly.
I'll pick Philly too.
That
matchup is too much.
I don't know how they stop Ben and Embiid.
Bam Adebayo too.
I was about Ben Simmons. How they stop Ben Simmons? You know, Ben Simmons plays damn near like a center.
Yeah.
How are they gonna stop him?
They're gonna just score every point in the paint.
Yeah, I don't know how they stop that. I want to see it though. Because if they find a way to beat that, then I'm like, Milwaukee,
they're for real.
Watch out.
If you're talking about first round match, like if it ended right now, first round matchups would be Bucks and the Magic. Obviously,
who cares about that? Yeah.
Raptors at the Nets.
Who cares about that?
Celtics and the Pacers, which honestly is going to be good.
That's a dangerous series.
That to me is a
but
series.
The thing, I'm picking Boston because
me too.
It seemed like when Oladipo came back, they lost themselves. They
Yeah,
got to
'cause they
figure
had
out
to-
who they are again.
Yeah, they had to figure out with him in it.
So can you figure that out in time?
Yeah, exactly. If they do, then I might lean towards Indy. But if they don't, which I think that's what's gonna be, it might take the whole rest of the season or a year.
And that's not enough.
Yeah,
And
it's gonna be Boston.
It's Miami and Philadelphia in the first round.
That's a 7 game.
series.
That's a 7-game series.
7 games.
Because I have no freaking
Despite
idea.
everything we're saying about Philly, they will put up.
They're too talented.
Yes.
They got mad players.
Even though they are out of whack right now, they could probably win that thing in 7 games.
They could.
In 7 games.
They could.
It depends, Miami would have the home field advantage of their series, but I still think.
Another thing, if you play in a series against this Philly team and you don't have the home court advantage, you lost. Because they're one of the best home teams.
Oh yeah, they are. They suck on the road, which is why it's really bad. They're a lower seed, but they're OD at home.
They're one of the best teams of all time. They only lost 2 games at home, so it's an automatic loss.
Basically,
if they have home field, so they'll just win Game 7. So yeah, I got Toronto and Milwaukee. Another thing with Toronto, they lose all these players and they still win.
So
yeah,
thanks. So that's
you know what? They're playing like they're the New England Patriots. That's how they're playing. The players just going down, and it just doesn't matter.
They found their front office, and they found their coach.
Yep.
It's just that simple. They have their culture set.
See, Nick Nurse is, and this is not a shot at Brad Stevens because he's a fantastic coach, but he's everything what everyone was saying about Brad Stevens. That's Nick Nurse.
Yeah, he has a ring.
He's the next great coach. You could just tell, man. It's like everything he touches turns to gold.
Yeah,
like
so far
every
so good.
level of basketball he's played, he's won. He's been the top in he's won the title in every league. And I know you people say, yeah, but the NBA. Well, he got an NBA championship. He got like a Euro championship. I think he got like a high school championship. This dude just wins everywhere.
So, why are they so good?
Okay, one, which is what I was, and you know this, last year I was saying it like crazy. This team's defense is ridiculous. They could switch on everything. They got role players who could guard all NBA first team level players. Fred VanVleet. You could say, okay, I want you to guard Damian Lillard, and you'll feel confident about that. Then you got, I think one of the biggest reasons is Norman Powell. So
Norman Powell.
I think he was 6 points per game average. He's averaging 15 this year.
Thinking Basketball had a segment on most improved players.
Really?
I think he was in that list somewhere.
Norman Powell?
Yeah, I don't know where.
He would say that because he's a genius.
Yeah, I don't know where he said it though, but he had a top 10 list of the
went,
real most improved players and stats.
He went from like a 12th man to 6th man. That's insane.
He's one.
And you know the ball movement. They're into Nick Nurse's system. They're efficient on offense. You got Kyle Lowry. Again, Fred VanVleet, Kyle Lowry, Norman Powell, Pascal Siakam, Marcus Gasol. These are all players that are making the All-NBA defensive team. It's ridiculous, man.
So, what will the Bucks do to counter that if that is your Eastern Conference Finals? Because they are very good. They're better.
Right.
So how would they?
What might mess them up? If the Bucks would come out this series, this is going to be when Toronto misses Kawhi, because they don't have they don't got a shot creator at an elite level.
They don't know.
That's what they don't have.
Siakam's not there yet.
Yeah, Siakam's not there yet. Kawhi, you know he has a go-to move. You know that he has that mid-range. He has the post fadeaway, and he could get that stop on anyone. Versus the Bucks, this dude, you got Giannis. The scary thing about him is his efficiency. All right, he's shooting like almost 60%, I think, and I think he scores 30 and 15 in under 30 minutes for like a whole month. They also they can run 5-out offense. You see, they have the Rockets offense with bigs. Robin Lopez.
Oh, that's true.
Brook Lopez.
He said Robin Lopez.
Robin Lopez can shoot threes now.
I know what I'm saying. That's crazy.
The people who didn't know that, he can shoot threes now. So
Splash Mountain.
What better player to run 5-out offense than like Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Nah, there's nobody.
There's no better player.
And he has a teeny stroke himself. I think he's somewhere in the lower 30s, 23s now. 3-4.
Yeah. So he could hit if he could hit in a series, if he could hit 2 to 3 per game, that's definitely.
Yeah, without it taking 10. Yeah.
Without taking 10, let's say he goes 2 for 5 or
2 for 6 is fine.
2 for
I'll take
6.
that. Yeah.
That's good.
33%. Mwah. I'll take that from you.
I think Giannis will have to be the equalizer in this series. It's up to him. But Nick Nurse, I can see him running a zone. I can see him canceling out Giannis. And they have players, they're all champions in Toronto.
Yeah, that matters. It's championship pedigree.
That could be a reason in Toronto's side why they would win. Fred VanVleet could step up. Norman Powell could step up. Kyle Lowry, Pascal Siakam. These dudes are all proven.
So why are the Bucks so good? How do they get better? How do you go from MVP to MVP squared?
I don't know. He's what he did what LeBron is doing. He did what Steph Curry did. Jordan, he just got better when it's how. So okay, let me pull out the stat for you. I got this. So they're first in point differential.
No, I think it's by far. I think.
Yeah, it's the second place is the Lakers, and it's a 5-point.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's by far.
Point differential is plus 12, dude. They're not just winning.
They're blowing everybody out.
They're blowing people out.
They're wrestling before a freaking game. That's how you know they don't care. They're chilling.
They're number one offense. They're first in points per game. On defensive leaders, they're ranked 7th. Rebounds, they're ranked 1st. Blocks, they're ranked 2nd. So in every single category,
they're top 10.
Their top field goal percentage, they're 2nd. They're top 10 in every single category.
They're top 10 in one. They're top 3.
Yeah, almost. They're almost top 3. Yeah, they're top 3 in everything else. They're elite in all phases of the ball. On defense, on offense, rebounding, on passing, the pace. This team is ridiculous, man. Like I said, that 5-out offense, because you know who's second in scoring? The Houston Rockets. And it's by 1 point. So, that 5-out offense, I'm telling you, it's the best, man. And the Robin Lopez pickup.
That went better than I thought, too. Because I knew Robin Lopez was a good one. But I had no idea that he would just...
I didn't think so either.
Like that? On O?
You could rival he could start.
Right?
You could argue that he could start. Wesley Matthews is probably the hugest pickup.
I forgot about him.
He's playing really good in that team.
I just made fun of him for years. I forgot about him.
He's playing. And Budenholzer, man. Remember, he made the Hawks elite.
He made the Hawks good for a season.
Yeah, he went 60 with the Hawks. They bought into his system. This is a really good team. This team goes as far as Giannis takes them.
Basically, at this
Simple
point.
as that.
All right, the West. Anything wrong there? Anything you want to change? Golden State doesn't count. Because they all...
that doesn't count. We couldn't see that happening, so you can't say anything. Okay.
We did say that Memphis would be ass, and they're definitely not.
That's true. I didn't think
John
Moran is ridiculous.
We did say that. We said Portland completely underachieved right now, but
I had them at 8th seed.
Yeah, but they only 3.5.
Probably they're still in it.
Yeah.
Super Dame.
So the Spurs, obviously, they are pretty much out of it.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm gonna get the W on that.
Good job.
Well, actually, he was saying that they didn't make the rest of the playoffs, and it was like. We was like, what? And then he was like, yeah.
You said that. Yeah. I said they're going to make 8th because they're them.
Yeah,
and I understood that.
Everything else is pretty much on point correctly. The Thunder actually are a lot better than we thought they were going to be, too.
Yes.
A lot better. Chris Paul is still proving that.
He still got it.
Like, I knew they were going to be, like, in the 8th seed hunt, but they're still a little better than I thought they were going to be, too.
I thought they were going to be, like, 11 or 12.
What are they, 12 games over 500?
Yeah, 11 games over 500.
11 games for... Dude.
It's Chris Paul.
They're 2 games behind the Rockets for 5th. And only 3.5 behind the Jazz for 4th.
See, people's not going to realize how good Chris Paul is, man. He's a really good player, man. There was 2 All-Stars I was happiest about, Sabonis and him. Because I said, wow, he really didn't lose.
Chris Paul is, a probably top 5 point guard ever. You can argue that.
I think, you could argue
So,
it's top 5.
I'm not surprised.
The Clippers obviously are still the Clippers. They just added Reggie Jackson from the Pistons.
Yeah.
So
that was a huge pickup.
More guard depth.
Yeah, more guard depth. But the Lakers, I'm not surprised the Lakers are.
Duh, yeah.
We're not surprised at all. The Nuggets are still holding their own. The Nuggets still a great team over there too. The Suns, actually, we thought we were the worst team in the league, and they're actually a lot better than we thought they were.
They're a trap team.
They are a trap team. Like,
who's above Golden State?
The Timberwolves.
Timberwolves, okay.
Yeah, by 4.5 games. And the Suns are ahead of the Warriors by 10.5 games. So the Kings and the Suns are actually playing a lot better. Like, the Aaron Fox.
The Kings are a disappointment, though.
But only because they could be a lot better. But
yeah, I saw that coming. I think I'll call that.
I'm not surprised. I think they'll probably win like at least 38 games this year. 38 and 44.
Oh, that's adorable.
Here's a fun fact, right? The Pelicans are not out of the playoff race.
Well, technically.
Here's why. The Grizzlies, from this point forward, has the hardest schedule of the season.
Oh, crap.
The Pelicans, from this point forward,
the opposite
has the easiest schedule of the season.
Was Zion going crazy?
Uh-huh.
Well, how many minutes he played? Like 20? Not even?
Yeah, he scores like 20 to 25 points.
Yeah, like that's actually kind of my career type of shit is that.
Yeah, so they could make the playoffs.
Okay.
They good. Y'all just stomp them, but yeah, they good.
It's not bad. Pretty good.
Yeah.
So there's this feeling, and I feel it in my gut with the West. And I'm going to say it here so everyone knows this.
Okay, wait. I'm excited.
If
Hot take.
the Rockets play the Clippers in the playoffs, I
shit.
got the Rockets beating the Clippers in 7 games. I said it right here. I had this in me for months. For like the first 2 months of the season, I'm looking how they played, and I'm like, I think they could beat them.
I'm gonna put this as a teaser and
right.
So
I'm
could be like, what the fuck you mean?
I'm saying it. Raul said it.
So explain why.
Okay. So
I'm excited. Happy.
The people that say, well, James Harden and Russell Westbrook is a choke, and I think Paul George cancels that out.
By himself.
So you got, because he's worse to me. You do not know what's going to happen with Paul George with his 1 for 10 and 1 for 17 nonsense, right?
Yeah, don't tell Joe Ingles, right?
So he's not reliable. Also, he has a glass body, right?
Yeah.
As well as the Clippers' best player. But he's making sure he's healthy. But you don't know. He might still be hurt. Another thing is, I think Russell Westbrook is going to destroy them, like, really badly. And I think this trade solidified it to me when I seen this trade, because when they play Zubac, he just got taken out the series. He just got completely taken out the series, because you want to talk about one of the slowest centers in the league. This dude is a turtle, so he can't guard anything. 2, Montrezl Harrell, he has his work cut out for him.
Yeah, he does.
He does, because he has to play in the perimeter. He might get exhausted in this series as well. So, if you want to talk about shooting, Rockets win it.
Excuse me.
You want to talk about points in the paint, Rockets could possibly win that as well. Now, I know you asked defensively with Kawhi. He's one man. I know that's a beast.
That's the man.
He's the man, but he's one man. I could feel Kawhi. I could see him feeling like he's by himself in this series. Because Lou Williams also has a little bit of not showing up as well. Because I've seen in that Warriors series, he only played good in the road.
Yeah, on the
right?
road.
All the home games, he was disgustingly bad. So the Clippers have players who don't show up. Pat Beverly, what he gonna do? Score 5 points?
This is all gonna say play devil's advocate. You said the Rockets are winning and shooting, right? How will they be able to score efficiently on the Clippers when you just said 3 or 4 names right there who are all like literally top 5 defenders?
Right. So
what do you say to
whoever
that?
runs that center position, as the great Chris Moore would say, they're gonna play whoever ball on him. He's gonna have to be closing out at an elite level, because what happens is when no matter what, the ball is faster than any man when you're passing the ball. So when they're moving the ball, players like you said, those 4 guys, they're gonna read what happens since they're such elite defenders, and they're gonna pick up. But what about that 5th man?
What if they plug in Morris there?
If they plug in Morris there, we got ourselves.
That's probably what's gonna happen.
That's probably
Because
what's
it's
gonna
Doc
happen.
Rivers.
Then that's playing into the Houston Rockets' hands.
Ooh.
That's what they want. Then they could win more rebound battles. So if they plug in Morris, who would be your center? Kawhi, since he's your best rebounder, right?
I don't have a clue, to be honest.
And you better hope. And if you have a small ball, you could have more collapsed possessions. Meaning, if the Rockets get a second chance point, 9 times out of 10, there's an open 3-point shot. So if you run small ball in the Rockets, you're playing into their hands, like the Warriors did. If you run small ball with the ball, that's what they want you to do. So, I'm saying this is going 7. Like I said, this is going 7, a serious series. But I think they will edge it out, and the reason is Paul George he's gonna make the difference in this series.
He said 4 on 5.
Yep, he will make the difference. What Paul George will we get in this series? I think.
I like this.
So I got it. I got the Rockets. So I got the Rockets and the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals.
That is wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That let me almost be.
And again, that's if they match up against each other. The Rockets and the Clippers.
Wow. Is there anything else for the West that we missed out on possibly?
No, basically that's it.
All right, so there's 2 more topics I have. So we mentioned Golden State a few times in this podcast already.
Yes.
So they made some interesting moves in the trade deadline, and they have a lot of draft capital in the next 2 years. So what do you guys think is going to happen with that team?
So
I
think. Oh, go ahead, Trevor. Yeah, you got it, bro.
I mentioned this to my brother before. First of all, the Warriors have the luxury of having one of the best free front offices in the league. You can argue in sports, probably in North America.
You could argue, yeah.
North America, Joe Lacob, absolutely great owner. Just how, first of all, I like how they have. First of all, even though Andrew Wiggins, people saying that it took him a long time to finally get to this point where he should have been there years ago.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's just the setting where he was at. I think Minnesota overall as an organization isn't a place where you can grow and build around. Unless you're Kevin Garnett, that's one of the only exceptions. Other than that, hell's in Minnesota? It's nothing. So I think him being here with an organization that's known for winning, a winning organization, a class act front office, they're gonna put him in the right direction to really be successful and elevate his game. Especially when you have Steph Curry and Klay Thompson coming back next year. Chances are you may have the number 1 pick in this draft this year, possibly, and you have great more draft capital. You have another first, couple seconds coming up in this draft. It's a lot, so it's like they'll be fine.
Yeah, they have like 500 second-round picks within the next 2 seasons.
They will be fine.
They have 1 first-round pick this year, but it's going to be a very high one. And then next year they'll have 2. They have Minnesota's, and they're going to be trash. So we got Minnesota's next year, and theirs will be lower because they're more likely to win more games. Yeah. So they're probably out of the lottery next year. But they will have another first-round lottery pick.
Exactly. So but
in 2021.
It's true. So yeah, the Warriors they're out of it now, but are they really out of it? Basically, just played into their hands. They are come back a lot stronger than ever, a lot stronger and just probably more dangerous. So I hope these people understand that. All right, we have the Warriors out there for 1 year, but they'll be back. They will be back and stronger than ever. That's just me.
I'll propose this. What if they're grabbing all this draft capital and even Andrew Wiggins to make a big splash?
Like a big trade?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
That could happen. They have the pieces to do that.
And I trust their front office to do that. I trust them that they will make. Besides Danny Ainge at some point, especially with the draft, well, until recently, he didn't really do much with the picks that he got over the years. He kind of overcompensated for it and waited too long to trade it. But I think besides Danny Ainge is one of the best. These are one of the best front offices in the league. I think they will find a way. You're right. Maybe a big splash, a big trade, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Listen, if they were to find a way to get like Giannis to come over there, right?
He's a free agent.
He's a free agent. Mm-hmm. Wait, and in Roger, they have a lot of cap space coming into next year.
Buying trade is a thing.
Who knows?
Sign a trade.
Yeah, sign a trade. They're gonna sign a trade. It's a thing.
Giannis on the Warriors? Shit.
Hey, it's highly possible. It would be crazy, but I think they should keep going with what they're doing now.
Me too. I agree with that.
I see the 2016 team, a team like that all over again. I'm not saying they're going to win 73 games, but I'm just saying where they had a crew, man. You know what I'm saying? They had a nice bench. They had a nice six-man. They had the way they were running. That team was amazing. And they got Eric Pascal, who's...
Look at him.
That was like the gift from God. I still like Jordan Poole. Remember that name, people. Jordan Poole. Remember that. He's a really good player. Also, like Trevor was saying, this environment is what Wiggins was used to. I think. Wait, with the Duke?
With the
Duke. He's used to winning. He's used to having talented teammates. He's not used to having dumpster fire in his team.
What's his face?
He was with Carl Anthony Towns. No, he wasn't with Carl Anthony Towns. He was with
the coach.
Coach K.
Coach Krzyzewski.
Yeah,
I keep confused between him and Kentucky. Those are the best ones everybody knows.
Oh, you're talking about Calipari.
Yeah, I confuse them, but yeah.
This is the environment he's used to. He's used to winning. Also, the slander with Wiggins is because of what he's supposed to be. Objectively speaking, he is a really good player.
No, he is.
He is a really good player. He averages 20-plus points per game every single season, right? So just, you remove your feelings and you think objectively, they just picked up a really good player, right? I know maybe some Warrior fans would think, this better not be Harrison Barnes all over again.
That's exactly what I said in my...
He is light years better than Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes is a role player.
Piece of shit.
Andrew Wiggins is a really good player.
He's still in the league. He's getting paid like he's a fucking star.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
No type of sense.
So, trust me, Andrew Wiggins is a really good player, and he's in this weird winning. You with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, they're going to tell you how to win. They're going to be mentors to him. They're going to probably increase his... make his shooting stroke better. I can see that happening.
Yeah, it's possible.
Right? Then you possibly got the number one pick. Even if you just get a lottery pick. That's a problem. Right? So, they're going to have a bench again. Because when Kevin Durant... what I was used to say with Kevin Durant's departure, it wasn't really his departure. It was how you're recovering. What are you getting to compensate for his departure? It's happening now. They just got what they needed, a small forward. They just got a small forward.
They got a wing player.
They got another guard in Jordan Poole. They got another forward. That's what they needed too, another big. They got Eric Pascal, right? Boom. You're going to get this. Imagine they get the number one pick, bro. Imagine they get the number one pick.
James Wiseman might be a Golden State Warrior, maybe.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know about LaMelo Ball. I don't know about.
They don't need him.
They don't need him.
They don't need him.
They don't need him. I think
James really good, but they don't need
James
him.
Wiseman will fit that team perfectly.
So
Especially since he has a whole year off
from
being suspended, so he's basically on his clear. I think they'll be.
They're gonna have the worst record.
Yeah, they are.
Top 3. So they're gonna get a lottery pick. It's going to happen. They're getting a lottery pick, right? So you're gonna add that. These dudes are coming, son. I'm telling you, these dudes are coming, and I cannot wait for it because I miss this team so much.
I heard that a lot. A lot of basketball people like, yo, I miss watching them play.
They're great for the NBA. I'm hearing reports about them coming back. Like, they need to get kidnapped by their family members and lock them in a cage. Don't play this year.
Yeah, Steph.
Don't play this year. I was hearing Klay Thompson, too.
No, I think that's shut. That's shut.
That's shut. Yeah, Steph.
That's shut.
Don't play.
In March. No, don't.
Don't play. There's no meaning. Play
Like,
next year.
like, you're bored. Okay, that's good for you. Do not come back.
Don't come back.
Get that first
lock
pick.
them up, tie them to a chair, a cage, put them in a cage or something, and then let them play next year because these brothers are coming, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. But
Yeah, that's pretty scary.
That's very, very scary. So, what's one more thing, right?
Oh, the All-Star Week. Yeah. All-Star Weekend.
This was what? Top 3 All-Star weekend as a whole I've ever seen, ever.
This is definitely the best one in the decade.
Yeah, no
Because this is the last one in the decade. If people don't want to realize that. It's 2020. I know it's 2020.
People still don't get that.
Yeah, it's the 2019. In order for you to get into this All-Star Week, you need to play well in 2019.
Yes.
So, therefore, this is the 2019 season. Mm-hmm. Therefore, this is the last one of the decade.
Yep.
And this was the best one of the decade.
No question, not even close. Yeah, because you got the skills challenge was amazing. The 3-point challenge was amazing.
That was
lit. The dunk contest, I'm not gonna lie, surprised me. I think it stole
me
the
too.
event.
Me too. I was ready to go to sleep. I'm not even gonna lie. But I want to watch this. But like, let me give it a chance.
I was like, I'm gonna watch it because it's All-Star.
And it's Aaron Gordon. Let me see what he's gonna do.
They stole Saturday. They were the best event. I can't believe it. And then to top it off, that amazing, iconic All-Star game.
It was great.
It was fantastic.
It was so good.
I was telling people about the system. I kept thinking about it, and I'm like, they have something to play for in the fourth quarter. And I was speaking to some friends, and I'm telling them, trust me, this is to make it more competitive. Dude, I swear I was watching the NBA Finals, man.
Right, it felt like a playoff game. It got, especially in that fourth quarter, they amped it up. Man. It got so tense.
You see the facial expressions. LeBron got a mean mug. Giannis, like he's out for blood. These dudes playing.
Kyle Lowry was getting charges every other minute.
Kyle Lowry was sacrificing his body. Like if this is the NBA Finals, where do you see charges being drawn?
You know what we saw in this game? The Kobe mentality is coming out. The Mamba mentality was coming out of these players.
Yep.
It showed it. At first when they came out with this new format, I was like,
yeah, I didn't know what to think about.
I didn't know what to think about it, but I watched it and said, yeah, this is perfect. This is perfect. If they can continue this going year to year and do that, I'll be perfectly fine. Kobe Bryant is one of the best All-Star players ever.
Yep.
So why not dedicate it to him?
Man, he would have loved winning this. He would have loved it. I know he's proud, man. That was amazing to watch.
He's like, y'all better be.
Yep. Y'all better play that way. That's what I want every time. It was fantastic.
And like you mentioned before, something to play for was like, damn, they was really coming at each other. Like, we say, there's no defense. They just whatever. This, even though it was it was still a high scoring game because the NBA is high scoring anyway.
It's the best players in the world.
But the best players in the world, of course, they're gonna get like 150, 160 points. But they was really going out and saying, listen, we're gonna do this.
They also were spotted 24 to 32 points. Just remember that. So otherwise it would have been like 100.
But
100
I think
games,
that fourth quarter. I would say the score was what? 20 to 15.
I have no idea. I don't know.
It was low.
It was low.
The fourth quarter, they weren't scoring. They couldn't score. No, both teams couldn't score.
No, they got to that line from a good portion of that quarter.
They got to the line. Score.
They left the refs work. The refs was like, y'all got to work today? What's up with this? They made them work.
And then another thing was, which I like too, and I know some of like the old school people on that, they were playing straight up man-to-man defense.
They were playing man straight up.
And since they're so talented, you couldn't do anything else because if you double, you got a freaking all-star who's wide open. So you have James Harden was playing defense.
He was playing defense.
I'm watching James Harden go bang. He's like on Embiid trying to strip him and grab him. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? It was amazing, man.
It was so damn good.
I loved it, man.
I couldn't sleep. I was so hyped and so happy.
My heart was racing.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep for like an extra hour. I'm like, oh my god, dog. And I had to get up next day early for work. I'm like, nope. I was tired.
Jumping. I'm like, when AD hit that free throw, I'm like, yes! Oh my god!
I knew that. LeBron knew that. LeBron was like, we good. It's a wrap. It was AD talking about he missed the first one on purpose. And I don't know about that, but we knew Yas was gonna finish that with one free throw. The fuck out of here. They knew they lost.
It was fantastic. I loved it.
Great game.
I loved the whole weekend. It was great.
That whole weekend, OD.
I can't wait for next year.
Next year they'll be in Utah next year. Salt Lake City next year.
What the hell is in Utah?
Mormons and
And racism?
And,
okay, go on.
And polygamy. So
He said racism. Damn.
I mean, I get they want to have every stadium close to an All-Star game. I get it, but what the fuck's in Utah? Like mountains and Mormons.
Damn, bro. When's the last? I think the last time they had in Chicago when Jordan was playing, right?
It was like 1980, 88, I think.
Yeah, when Jordan was playing.
88.
They said when he robbed Neek, people were saying. They kept mentioning that.
When he robbed Neek. And look what happened. And look what happened.
Oh yeah, the word exactly.
Everyone who's slandering Dwayne Wade, you know he's not the only one who put 9.
He
right?
wasn't.
So
and he did it for what's his face too.
So y'all need to calm down with that. Like he was not the only judge who put 9.
He wasn't.
I mean, they do. Honestly speaking, for the judges, I mean, I don't have a problem with judges, but they should have like winners of the sledge contest to be the judges.
He still shouldn't judge anymore though, because he's bugging.
Yeah,
both those dunks deserve the 10.
Yeah,
he's
bugging.
bugging.
Yeah, he's bugging.
Well,
So
it was either Aaron Gordon win or a tie. It was 1 or 2. It should have not been It should have not been him losing.
Because they're gonna put it to judges' pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Aaron would have won. He did probably the best dunk ever. So yeah, that.
I don't understand.
To this day, I don't know how that's humanly possible.
I don't know.
Well, I guess he's not human.
I guess not, because that is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's to me the best dunk I've ever seen. He passed Vince Carter right then and there. Like he did. No, he's better than Vince Carter dunk. I'm sorry. Tap out.
I can't.
To me, if you want to call it a hot take, call it a hot take.
I can get 550s.
I don't know.
And still lose.
Still lose.
Yeah,
Like, he's the best dunker in NBA history. I'm sorry.
And when I say this, I always have to say this. I am in no way discrediting Derrick Jones because you put on a show.
Oh no, they went to triple overtime basically.
Yeah.
Like what? Like come
on.
on.
Show that off the backboard between the legs. When they said he's doing something we've never seen before, I'm like, get out of here. You're lying. And then he goes off the backboard between the legs. I'm like, oh my gosh.
And what was scaring me is that he would do this effortlessly.
Yeah.
Like it was second nature. It was like picking up a spoon and eating.
Yeah.
Like, how he does it?
Like gliding.
Yeah. Like he. Like wow.
You are talented, my guy. You are talented for sure.
Jesus Christ. Well, yeah, that weekend was so damn
It was
good.
amazing.
So I want to end this on a happy note. So All-Star weekend was definitely a happy note.
Definitely.
Man, this is probably the shortest roundtable we've done too.
Damn, I want to go off on the Kyrie here now.
Oh, you want to do it if you want, I don't care.
Yeah, like
You got 5 minutes.
We got some fun facts, I guess.
fun facts. We got fun facts. So as you know, Kyrie Irving is out for the season, because he was hurt. And even though how I might feel about him, I do wish him, a speedy recovery.
Sure.
I don't want him.
Psych.
Speedy recovery.
Karma.
Even though he has
Karma.
even though he has like a 4-year rental at Brownsville Hospital.
I'm speaking on behalf of Trevor, by the way. I don't feel this way at all.
All right, whatever. So
Me too. I don't. Yeah.
psych.
See, I told you. I didn't even know he was gonna do that.
See the emotion?
Psych? No. First of all, Kyrie Irving.
Karma.
I want to say one thing to you, Brooklyn Nets fans. In all seriousness, do you think this is a great investment? Literally have 4 years, a combined $300 million deal with Kyrie and KD at the same time. Both of them in the fucking hospital. How? How's that work? Oh, you thinking that? Oh, we got KD, we got Kyrie, we're gonna win a chip next year. Seriously, next year. Let's be honest. They spend more time in the hospital than they do in the field. They're 27. They are literally 2 games under 500 and the number 7 seed in the East because they are that bad in the East. The bottom half of the East is horrific. That's another thing. Okay, another thing too. I'm Kyrie. Who took this shit? And I'm gonna get you out right now. I'm coming at you right now. I'm sick and tired of this right now. And all you Nets fans talking about, oh, the Kyrie, everything that they're still playing second fiddle to the Knicks, and they're terrible. Like, how you have Kyrie and KD in New York, and y'all still number 2 to the Knicks? Knicks are terrible, and they're still better than you. Don't give a shit about the Nets. No, let's be honest. Don't give a shit about them. This in Jersey, not in Brooklyn. That's a damn shame. You got the greatest athletes to come out of Brooklyn. Jackie Robinson was a Brooklyn legend. You had Brooklyn artists who was amazing. Jay-Z.
Michael Jordan.
Listen, he was in Brooklyn for like a cup of coffee. And then that doesn't count. Carmelo Anthony too. I was in Brooklyn for like 5 years. I moved to Baltimore. I was 7 years old. If you're not fucking New York, stop it. That's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. When the last time Kyrie Irving played 70 games in a year? Cleveland, 2012, 2013.
Has he ever done that? Seriously.
I actually don't have a clue.
He played 75 games in 2016, the year they won the title. 75 games. Ever since then, 60 games, 55 games. In the hospital. In the fucking hospital. Brookline Hospital in Boston. He was there too most of the time. Fucking idiot. But I think here or there. In all seriousness, this combination between Kyrie and KD will not work. It will. I said it before, I'll say it again. It will not work. They, together healthy, they're probably the 5th or 6th best team in the Eastern Conference. We can argue that you're not even better than Philadelphia. You can argue you're not even better than Indiana. Like, stop it. Like, this is terrible. Like, $300 million investment in being in the fucking hospital. So you know what, Brooklyn Nets fans, take this L because you'll always be second fiddle to the Knicks. You'll also be Knicks fans because the Brooklyn Nets ain't going nowhere. You're in fucking embarrassment to fucking Brooklyn. You're an embarrassment to Jay-Z. You're an embarrassment to Biggie Smalls. This some of the greatest rappers and the greatest ball players that come out of Brooklyn, and you're still with Kyrie Irving, a simp ass person. I was gonna curse even worse than that, but I'm not gonna do that. The simp, and that's why Party Next Door, TYB. So fuck you. I'm done. Fuck Kyrie Irving.
Okay. Well, dang.
That was definitely worth it. Talk about leaving in the high note. Wow. Okay. Well, if you all enjoyed that, I love the Roundtable. Stop playing. But we are on iTunes, we are on Spotify, iHeartradio, Stitcher Radio, Google Play Radio, on YouTube, obviously, and we are on Twitter at Podcast Dynasty, where if you have anything to say to Trevor, you can say it there. You can say it on Facebook too, if you want, whatever. And he would love to reply to all of yours because you already attacked him on the daily anyway. So, his face.
Brooklyn Nets fans, I dare you to come at me. Come at me talking about, oh, Kyrie's better. Y'all mad because he left your team. No, I'm just happy when he left the team.
What is he mad about? The Celtics are awesome.
Way better than
what?
you. Kemba Walker is light years better than you because he's on the field on the full course of the time. You still in the hospital like Squidward in the episode of SpongeBob when he got his ass beat in the episode of SpongeBob. He had his whole legs up wrapped in fucking mummified body cast. Might as well. 4 years in Brownsville Hospital, guaranteed pay rent there. Might as well because he's not gonna play in Market Center. And by the way, fuck you, Kyrie Irving, because I was looking forward to booing you in fucking Boston Garden, but I can't do it this year. Don't worry, next year we will. Unless you got a fake injury too. Fucking jerk.
Well, I'm ending before it goes any further. We love you guys and peace out.
Peace. And fuck you, Kyrie Irving. Remember that too. Fuck you, Kyrie Irving.
Okay. Sorry.